Why should DC make Lex Luthor an anti-hero? And why should we look to Lex to accomplish our goals? Welcome to Inner Warrior, where I help pop culture fans with tips and tools to help unleash their inner warrior and accomplish their goals. Lex Luthor was formerly known as the enemy of Superman. I say formerly because Lex has actually gone through a lot in the comics. Lex started out as Superman's foil, a mad scientist, and then a shrewd businessman. During the New 52 comics, Lex saved everyone from the crime syndicate and became a member of the Justice League. This version of Lex, the Justice League Lex, was one of the most interesting versions of the character. He wasn't a hero in a traditional sense. He still had plans and was self-interested, but he used that self-interest to help others. After defeating the crime syndicate, he rebuilt the Watchtower, added Shazam to the team, and asked Wonder Woman to lasso him so they could see that he was actually there to help. When asked why he wanted to join the Justice League, bound by the lasso of truth, Lex answered that he's an egomaniac, and he was finally being celebrated as a hero, which is what he always wanted. Not only that, but he saw that Superman was no longer the threat to humanity, and he wanted to save the world. Lex is a man that isn't afraid of his dark traits, and will use them to help others. He also gave Captain Cold a second chance by hiring Captain Cold as his head of security. Lex was also learning what it means to be a hero and what it meant to deal with past mistakes. He explains to a crowd that instead of being overwhelmed by the issues of the world, we should start where we can to help, and that we can't do it alone. The world is not about each of us, it's about all of us. Lex has always wanted to lift humanity and felt that heroes like Superman kept us down by making us believe we should wait for them to save us and that we can't do anything compared to them. Lex's argument is that we'll stand by and not help one another because we feel there is someone more fit to do the job, which is true enough in the real world, so I could only imagine how people would act in a world of superhumans. As a Justice Leaguer, some of Lex's old haunts came back to bite him and the League, such as the Amazo Virus that Lex originally created back when he was trying to stop Superman and make him powerless. Like Lex, we all have made mistakes in the past that sometimes try to come back and drag us back down. Lex saved everyone again, this time from the Amazo Virus. When Wonder Woman and Lex went on a mission together to give out supplies to a small village, Wonder Woman explains to Lex that being a Justice League member isn't always about beating the bad guy, but helping in other ways too. Wonder Woman explains to Lex that the people of the town thanking them don't care about how much money or power Lex has, but simply that he cares enough to help. Character growth, people, character growth. Lex even helped during the Darkseid War, and when the New 52 Superman died, fashioned his new Darkseid armor to be Superman, which is a perfect look at merging your dark and light sides to become something greater and to help more people. We too have to work with our shadow selves to become something more. Without looking at our darkness, we can never truly integrate ourselves as a full person. We'll always be hiding from ourselves. We can't improve if we hide from ourselves in our past. DC was doing great with Super Lex at the beginning as he continued to try to help while struggling to balance his ego in darker ways. Then, DC decided to turn him back to the status quo Luthor, a villain working with a goddess, Perpetua, to bring entropy and doom to the world. The only saving grace for Lex was that he found the error of his ways and helped the heroes to defeat Perpetua and the Batman Who Laughs. Since that event, Dark Knight's death metal, all DC histories have become canon. That means Lex has been the mad scientist, the shrewd businessman, the Justice League member, Superman, the villainous Apex Lex, and the hero that helped the Justice League fight off the Batman Who Laughs and Perpetua. In the most recent Batman number 119, Lex has been funding Batman Inc., a team of heroes that Bruce Wayne used to fund so that there'd essentially be a global network of Batmen. Since Bruce lost his fortune, Lex took over funding the team. In the issue, Lex explains that he now realizes the world needs a Superman and a Batman, which hopefully means Lex has learned that he can be the anti-hero we know he can be. In Superman, Son of Kal-El Annual Number 1, we see Lex and Superman playing chess together. Superman tells Lex, "Imagine what we could have done as a team, Lex." And Lex states, "I'd be lying if I said the thought hadn't crossed my mind. Lex Luthor and Superman, together, an infinite mind and an infinite reach." Later in the issue, Superman tells his son, the new Superman, that I got so many things wrong with Lex. I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Superman sure as hell did get things wrong with Lex. Remember when Lex was Super Lex? Well, Superman from the pre-New 52 showed up and distrusted the guy the whole time, to the point that Lex was like, screw it, and stopped being Superman. Superman didn't even want to help Lex when Darkseid's guys were after him, and Lex kept asking for Superman's help. So yeah, that's all on you, Superman. Love the guy, but he's super judgmental and defeats the idea that people can change. At least how he was written in that story arc. Harley Quinn has moved from villain to anti-hero in recent years, and I know Lex would be a great, complicated anti-hero in his own right with plenty of juicy stories that could be written. Anti-hero Lex would be a great example of how we can accomplish our own goals as individuals and as humanity. Lex is a master at negotiating, like how he moved his way into the Justice League, and he plans for the long term. He may be egomaniacal, but sometimes we too have to care about ourselves more so than others. But we can do so in a way that helps others too. I call it symbiotically selfish. Lex helping the League so he can join it? Symbiotically selfish. Lex joining the League to be seen as a hero and uses resources to help them save the world? Symbiotically selfish. At the most basic level, all heroes are doing what they do because they feel good doing it. Why can't Batman just fund a private police force and do things legally instead of dressing as a bat and fighting crime? Why can't Superman become a scientist with his expert knowledge and cure diseases, like we've seen him do in Superman Earth 1, instead of dressing up and stopping criminals? Especially when they are lower level crimes that us humans should be able to stop on our own. Lex just isn't afraid to say it out loud. Yes, I'm being a hero for myself and my ego, but I'm doing good too. Helping shouldn't be a zero-sum game. You have goals and dreams and desires. You should go after them, enjoy your life, don't be afraid of your shadow self, and if your goals and desires help others, then all the better for it. As long as your goals and desires aren't outright harming others or the planet, then you're in the clear. Think of some ways now that your goals can help both you and others. How are your goals symbiotically selfish? You have a business? You provide value in exchange for money. You work a job? You provide skills and effort in exchange for money. You want a house? A car? Well, the house will provide shelter for you and your family. The car allows you to travel to your job, family, or clients so that you can provide value there. If you want to see Lex's turn as an anti-hero, like Harley Quinn and Red Hood before him, please like, subscribe, and share this video in various DC forums, groups, pages, and websites. Superman represents the ideal of who we can become, though again, it's idealistic. Batman represents our fear, anxiety, and our want for justice. Lex Luthor can represent who we are now, trying to move forward, away from our past mistakes but not running away from them. Trying to be better but stumbling along the way. Striving to improve ourselves and humanity at the same time. Symbiotically selfish. There's a lot of potential super interesting stories that an anti-hero Lex Luthor can have. Let DC know we're ready for an anti-hero Lex Luthor that can represent us fallible humans trying to improve, reaching for our goals, and simultaneously raising humanity to its peak potential. Also, if you want to know how to work with the shadow self, take a look at this video here where we use Venom as an example. Or, if you want to learn more about how powerful our minds are and how we can attract our goals to us, click here.